Chapter 5, Solstice. Roll credits! As I ran toward the market square, the whole city trembled as if its very fabric was being stretched by invisible forces. I felt the energy almost physically. Painful vices were tightening around my skull, and I couldn't stop my heart from racing. If this was how the beginning of Solstice felt, I hoped never to witness its full power. I assumed everyone would already be on the streets, but I was wrong with my judgment as City says me. Only a cone left her tent. She stood there as grumpy and unmoved as ever, and observed the most peculiar light show unfolding above our heads. Oh, this is so pretty! It's begun, the bloody solstice. But yeah, it's not looking good, and what's with the flashes? Gods protect us, did you see the lights? Seems like the old man is up to something. Look at the dome, it's gotten so faint. It's weakening by the minute. Without the snow will only get heavier. Everybody please calm down. Calm down? Don't be dense, I say it's the perfect time to panic. Doctor, Constance is gone, she's not in the bathhouse. What? When I left her, she was too weak to stand on her own. Look at Esteban's tower. It's just like the gods told me, he'll kill us all. Enough of your ridiculous scrying woman, no one gives up. Can you sense the energy in the air, magician? Someone's playing with the solstice powers. Yeah, I can feel them. They're coming from both the merchant district and the bathhouse. Magician? I knew it! The mage has been coming up in the cards over and over again. I will take care of things here, but you have to decide where to go now. Either see what Esteban's up to in the stout or go look for Constance. By the waters, no pressure. Let's stop Esteban. If we can't stop him, we're all dead. Final showdown. What's that achievement? Final showdown. Make the final choice. So this is the last chapter. I ran across Chaos on my way to Esteban's tower. He was rushing to get as many supplies as possible from the inn down into the cave. The rest were to join him there in case my mission failed. His old city guard had succeeded apparently. Who would have thought? The family guards were nowhere to be seen. Being mercenaries, they barricaded themselves in the barracks. I didn't have time to tell them that that was a very bad idea. As I climbed the stairs at Esteban's palace, I felt the tremors getting weaker, but not because they were dying down. We suddenly lay in the eye of a magical cyclone. Stop right there! The great powers of the skies and waters and the universe paved my way to a perfection pour the knowledge of all time into my willing mind. Why don't you take a look outside? The city's about to fall to pieces. Blessed stars align in perfect patterns reveal truth eternal. Crystal fields chime in unison. The great bodies of heavens are now open. Snap out of it! Huh? Guards, remove the trespasser. Your guards don't care enough about you to stay for Solstice. They lock themselves inside the barracks, no one's coming. Laura, where's that damn woman? Sorry, boss, but your slave isn't coming either. We're running out of time. If you're not going to cooperate, I'll have to unplug that toy use, which can be really unpleasant. I sense you're using it to link yourself to the city systems and drawing energy straight from the source. Damn it, Esteban, you're dealing with things you can't comprehend. I understand much more than you think. I've heard secrets your people know nothing about. You're one step from becoming Lev. This is about Kala, isn't it? Stop the whistle before you hurt yourself. Let the energy simmer down. It's within reach. I can feel it. I won't waver now. You twat of all people, you should know better. Kala's a lie. You're chasing a fantasy. My ancestors invented that myth ages ago. Your little clique used to keep people under control. Surely you must know this. You didn't know this. You didn't know this. Social engineering. Spirits, do you even understand what I'm telling you? Has your brain been fried by that copper monstrosity? You think you're a redeemer, you're going to free these poor souls from the terrible servitude. It'll make a hell of an impression back home. There's superiority in your voice when you speak of these lies. You remind me of myself back in the day. Forgive me, my name is Esteban. I've made peace with my demons. It's a useless lie, isn't it? I'm familiar with the adage of your people. Fitting for a clan of poison makers. Are you trying to stall me? Trying to open your mind to the truth. The people of this city, all of us, we need our shackles. We do not wish to be free, says the man with power over all North. Is that what you believe? really are blind. I see well enough you're beyond age, willing to sacrifice every one of your own needs, just like love. You can never accomplish what I did. Witness the marvels of nature harnessed for the good of all. Spirits save me from the settlements of rich men. Start making sense and tell me why I shouldn't turn this bloody thing off. Do not interfere, you'll doom us all. For all I know, carrying the power could kill Esteban. The machine could turn out to be completely harmless. Or it might turn the city into the largest crater in this hemisphere. Pull the plug? Yes, sir! I can't risk the entire city for one man. I'm turning it off. No! Esteban? Hello? Anybody home? If you can hear me, salivate. You don't look very enlightened to me, sir. Thank you. What? The pain was too much. If I felt as if my skull would explode. Damn machine almost killed me. At least the tremor stops were properly. Oh, for fuck's sake. Constance. It was her the whole time. It was Constance? I ran down the steps of Esteban's tower as fast as I could. How much time was wasted? Was there enough left to prevent the saboteur, Constance, from finishing her ritual? The marketplace was deserted as I dashed through. My footprints were the only ones visible in the snow. Everyone was prepared for the worst. I didn't find Constance in the main bathhouse chamber. When I barged into her private quarters, I gasped. The little tapestry had been removed, revealing steps that led below. The tremor grew stronger as I hurried down, and the pain in my temple returned. It was the epicenter of all the magic in the city. Spirits, I'm too late! Constance! So you finally arrived? I was hoping that someone would keep you occupied a while longer. What did you do? I took the last fault protection offline. The system is in stasis. Don't worry, access will be restored in a minute, and I'll shut down the core and everything will be over. The hell you will? Oh. What the? Craft? What the hell is going on here, Constance? Don't come any closer, you might hurt yourself. You can't be a magic user, I would have sensed it, unless it's artificially induced. And just how would I have done that? With potions or drugs. You're high on white mirror. You're a much better herbalist than detective. And you're killing yourself. White mirror is lethal in large doses. It is a small price to pay. I have been cautious of the doses so far, but now, well, let's just say a long and healthy life is no longer important. That explains the anemia and nosebleeds, vein. You've been deliberately poisoning yourself for the last 10 months, yes. Plus a year of experimenting with formulas, a few months adjusting the dosage. You did all that by yourself. All the physicians who come to see you have two things in common. They're very talkative and very lonely. And they just gave you the drug? They didn't have to. Esteban's brother was a man of leisure, and White Nymph was one of his favorites. Of course, the fool had no idea about its real potential, or the potential of his courtesan. I have never been a courtesan. I was a slave. I'm so sorry, Constance. I can't even begin to imagine what he did to you. No, you can't. I don't expect you to understand what I have to do. You can't believe that. Ah, beliefs. What curious little animals humans are. Do you know what the faculty call your academy? People of faith. I never understood why. They say you all blindly follow your academy's orders, and they are right. Yeah. Yes, that's why we purge and question all opinions and make our own decisions. My dear, what good are your own decisions if they're uninformed? The academy keeps knowledge from you as if you were poisoned. Have you ever wondered why they sent a complete novice on this mission when they knew the system was being sabotaged? You came here without the faintest clue about compacts, Kala, or the families. They even tell you how to find this chamber. The chamber was hidden by you. They had no way of knowing that. For the love of, they built this place. Are you really that blind? Right, so they knew, but didn't tell me why. Why would they do that? I understand you have a grudge against the academy, but this is ridiculous. They didn't tell you because they didn't care. Your people lost interest in the state a long time ago. They got what they wanted from the families, and that was it. From time to time, we'll send an amateur like you to sniff around. Agents don't come back, but apparently they can live with that. I know what you're trying to do, and it won't work. I'm trying to open your eyes to the truth. Everyone deserves to know they've been manipulated. You do see it, don't you? It is possible. It wouldn't be unlike he to test me like this. Secrets have saved her more than once. She used you and still you defend her? How easily victims justify their oppressors. I'm sorry, but I prefer to see the good in people. Once a slave, always a slave. Those were Esteban's brother's last words, spoken as my poison consumed him. Spirits, the way you speak, you enjoyed killing him. That man was a monster. Maybe now I am one too. Just like you are, killing love for the greater good. I don't know anymore. I know how you feel, Galen. I didn't want to harm anyone until the city changed you. Only now you realize you're protecting the true villains, but there's no time for soul searching. Tell me, are you here to stop me? Ooh. Save everyone. I'm here to save everyone. I understand what you're trying to achieve, but I can't let you kill all those people constantly, so you're still blind. I respect life. If that makes me blind, then so be it. Fool, this ends now. I can't say it. I don't know what that says. Pactatious 10 plus... Nope. The water's now protected. No one is dying here tonight. Constance, no. I can't give up now. The protection isn't permanent, but it'll hold for the rest of Solstice. Please, put that knife down. You magicians don't learn from the past, do you? The wise men and women of the North found power in these waters, power they couldn't understand until they became attuned to it. They spoke to the waters until one day the waters spoke back. And do you know what they said? Put the knife down. The waters asked for blood. The tribes performed sacrifices and were rewarded. That's why the curses are still so powerful. Even your cone knows this. You don't have to die. Your people never understood the power of self-sacrifice. Wait! It is my choice, Doctor. Whoa! Oh my. No! Come on, Yanni, you better be right about this. Voice control. Display system estate. Damn it. Congratulations, Constance. This thing is falling apart, just like you wanted. Have to reach the others. Let's hope they made it. Oh my. I ran as fast as I could, the walls cracking around me. Constance was dead. She sacrificed her life to bring down the city she hated. That kind of magic can rarely be stopped. I was lucky to reach the shelter in time. I didn't have to explain anything to Yanni. She already knew. She wouldn't berate me for losing the system. Blaming herself was an old habit. My mission, however, was a success. The waters still flowed. The city crumbled, but its people survived, hiding in the warm underground caves and preparing, no scheming, before the families returned. When I finally booked package with the first outgoing caravan, I gave the jewel north one last glance. It was a ruined shadow of its former glory, broken spires still gleaming in the northern sun. I hoped the restoration of the city would bring about a deeper change. My intuition, however, told me otherwise. Did we take Kaisha with us? Did we take Yakone with us? Did we take anyone with us? This is very pretty. This is a very pretty picture. Constance's plan is partially successful, and the proud walls of the city crumble and fall. An entire district vanished under snow. People seek refuge underground and await the true winter's end. The crime suggests to become irrelevant, and the only thing that matters is survival. That was... Which one was that? True winter. Let the winter win. Fortunately, the magic of the waters stays strong. When the families finally arrived, they discovered the city in ruins. They quickly decided to rebuild, assign a few overseers, and rush back to the winter palaces. A servant most of her life, Laura finally decides to use the changes to her advantage. Relying on her experience, she strengthens her position in the reforming hierarchy of the new city. Galen is greeted as a hero when he returns home. Dismayed to learn about Yanni's failure, the faculty launches an investigation. Using his charisma, Guy's help, and the occasional lie or two, Galen managed to convince the jury there was no foul play on his side. Keisuke is there to confirm his words the entire time. Soon they set off on another mission, this time to the far south, where the feelings deepen as they learn how to forgive and love one another. Aww! Yanni stares at her failure for the remainder of true winter and decides against returning to the facility. Luckily, Sam is there to convince her that life didn't end with the city's ruin. They travel the world together. She works as a contractor, but for the first time she feels free to use her imagination, inventing completely new designs. Most of them are wild experiments that do not work, but the few that do show the spark of genius. Going back to the trade he knows best, Sam becomes a think for hire, accepting even the most difficult jobs. He smiles much more often, and even finds pleasure in talking to people. Sometimes. Soon they become a traveling family of 3. Aww! Seeing the experiment fail, Esteban loses interest in science. He instead makes plans to restore his position as head of the bank. Salva observes this transition as it's time for her to change. When Esteban cancels her compact, she returns to her home country to rejoin the oil expedition. She becomes a valid cartographer and navigator. It is these unknown waters and raging storms for the first time in a long while she feels free. Encouraged by Galen, Yakone leaves the north seeking adventure and freedom she's always craved. When she arrives in the island, she is welcomed with open arms and allowed to study craft in exchange for her knowledge of northern rituals. She befriends Galen, but it is with his mentor that she forms a much stronger bond. She convinces Nagia to take her as an apprentice, and they travel together, experiencing life to the fullest. The northern tribes tell the tale of the night the city towers fell, and the elders sang with joy, feeling the holy walls finally be returned to them. But the families are relentless. Soon the jewel is rebuilt, its splendor even greater and influence even broader than before. They give it a name worthy of its strength and beauty: Adamant. Although some lives were saved at Solstice night, countless others are consumed, and the clock continued to turn. Forever. So this is a bad ending. The end. Clear waters.